All right, welcome back to the channel again, ladies and gentlemen. Thank y'all so much for coming over. Now, boy, I thought I was confused reading this title here. Uh, Diddy trial. Ex-assistant Mia recalls nightmare with R. Kelly. Okay. She's back on the stand today, and now the defense is questioning her. I'm just trying to see what's going on now. I don't know who else is going to be testifying today or if it's just her, but I'm just trying to play catch up again. So we ain't going to waste no more time. Let's jump right into it.
Trafficking trial against Sean Diddy Combs continues right now. Witness testimony entering its fourth week. Joining us live from outside of that courthouse is Associated Press reporter Larry Neumeister, who has been covering this entire case extensively. Larry, good to see you. Thanks for joining us. I know you stepped out. You've been inside of the court today. What has happened so far?
Well, it's the third day of testimony by Mia. That's the pseudonym she's going by. She is the second of three women during this expected to be at least 6 week to 2 month trial in which Sean Combs is accused of abusing several women. She is one of three women who are going to be testifying during the trial. And she has said that during her employment for him as a personal assistant from 2008 until 2007, or actually 2009 until 2017, that he firstly kissed her at his 40th birthday party shortly after she got hired, and then months later in a guest room at his home in Los Angeles. And she's been under cross-examination now for 2 days. And while a lot of the lawyers for Sean Combs have been very friendly with some of the witnesses who reluctantly testified for the government, lawyer Brian Steele has been very aggressive in cross-examining Mia, and even suggested today that she was making.
That's what I was trying to see how it was going to go. Because she has said a lot, like from what I've reacted to and I've read and seen. She said a lot. When she mentioned Swiss Beats name, and the whole situation with that the stylist guy. So I was waiting to see what the defense was going to do, and now he's saying that he's gotten really aggressive because that's what they trying to do, is they trying to break her to see if she telling the truth, is she making this stuff up.
Up her allegations, which she insists. Brian Steele has been very aggressive in cross-examining Mia, and even suggested today that she was making up her allegations, which she insisted was not true, that she's only testified truthfully over the last 3 days. But he again and again confronted her with text messages she had sent to Sean Combs after she was no longer working for him, between 2018 and 2023, in which she expressed how much she loved Sean Combs and appreciated how much she'd learned from him, and how her opinions about him would never change. And finally, he asked her directly, how can you say these things? At one point, he even confronted her with a text message in which she said she had a nightmare in which she was in an elevator with the singer R. Kelly, who was convicted of charges and now serving time in prison, similar charges even to this case. But she said she was in an elevator with R. Kelly in this nightmare, and Sean Combs came and rescued her. So then, his lawyer said, well, how can you make these accusations, against, Sean Combs when you're having a nightmare in which he rescues you from someone else who is a convicted of women? And she said it's because she was brainwashed, and that she didn't come out of this until the last year or two.
I've seen a lot of stuff to where there's different levels of people being manipulated, brainwashed, and all that, and it's like really bad, really bad. you know, because I've seen comments on other videos where a lot of people don't think that she's telling the truth. A lot of people think that she is, and a lot of people are saying like, you guys don't think, you know, or don't know how bad manipulation, gaslighting, and all that stuff can be. And because they always go back to, why didn't these women just leave, walk away, get away? I don't think they really understand like how it really, 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 really works. Like, when you are on someone's bad side that possesses so much power, like I said before, that's like a gatekeeper. You literally, you can't do nothing. Nothing. There's been a lot of artists that have came out and talked about that stuff where, it's hard for them, and a lot of them start to get depressed. Uh, but again, this stuff is alleged. It's alleged. I'm just trying to inform myself, but there has been real cases, real situations where people have been manipulated and brainwashed. So I don't look at that as a surprise or nothing like that for that being her response. But we'll have to wait and see.
And she said it took therapy and lots of confronting what went on, and for her to change her mind about everything.
That's quite an interesting line of questionary there when we talk about a witness describing a nightmare, so to speak, in a case that is very serious, very sensitive, and as always, viewer discretion advised to anyone that is watching this along with us. Larry, describe to us Diddy's demeanor today in court. How much communication has he had with his lawyers?
Well, lots of communication with the lawyers. He's been very involved, as we've seen day after day, in his defense. Oftentimes, or at least twice that I've seen, he's not allowed his lawyers to finish questioning a witness until he gave the nod of approval. And that's the kind of hands-on involvement in a defense that you don't normally see from a defendant. So he has been hands-on from the start, though, very involved in his defense and very serious in the courtroom, but also seems somewhat business-like. You can imagine as you watch him in the courtroom that, yeah, he is the CEO of his companies, and he's a guy who has run.
I wonder what his POV is, because when I watch the videos on the Law and Crime channel with the Elizabeth woman, she was saying, from where she's at in the courtroom, it's kind of hard to see people's faces. So he must have like a different type of view, because he's talking about how he's witnessing Diddy, intervening and giving nods of approval and stuff like that. So I'm wondering, is that something she hasn't been able to see?
Successful businesses, as Sean Combs has. So that comes across. The jurors, as always, are extremely attentive, taking notes, facing toward the witness during testimony, no matter who is on the witness stand. It's one of the most alert, pay attention juries I've ever seen.
Larry, we know that the cross-examination of that alleged victim of Diddy continuing on right now. Do we expect that to finish today? And who are we going to hear from next?
Great
yes,
question.
We do expect that to finish today. And it's unclear exactly who will be on the stand next, because there have been some negotiating going on as to whether or not the defense will ultimately call a witness to kind of cast doubt upon these tapes that were shown early in the trial of Cassandra. Cassie is, what she's known as in the music world, but Cassandra Ventura is how she's known more often in the courtroom. And that was Sean Combs' longtime girlfriend for like nearly 11 years. And there's a widely seen recording of her being attacked by Sean Combs in a hotel room in 2016 that's really become not a hotel room, I'm sorry, in the elevator back at a hotel in Los Angeles. And it's really become a centerpiece of the evidence in the trial. And so there will be witnesses perhaps testifying further about how that recording came to be and its relevance in the trial, and whether the defense will be attacking its legitimacy, whether it was properly made and can be trusted and can be relied upon by the jury, which will be deciding whether or not Sean Combs is guilty of racketeering and charges that could put him behind bars for from 15 years to life if he's actually convicted.
That video that you're talking about, really the catalyst for everything that we're seeing.
Okay. So they're just talking about the video now, but we got to see. I got to see what else they're saying about Mia's testimony and who else is going to be next. Just wondering how damaging today was for the prosecutors. Because, when they say that Diddy's team was being aggressive, I'm just wondering, did they try, really hard to break her or convince the jury that she's lying? So got to see that. But again, appreciate you guys coming over. I guess, and stay tuned, man. Peace out.